Okay. Oh, here we go. Fly, Eagles, fly, Eagles, fly. Tim is out in the forest somewhere. Who knows what he doing in the woods, trying to act like he's spending some family time. But who knows? At least he's doing a little something outside. Welcome everybody, whoever can join the live chat if you can't. I mean, come in later. We're desiring to bring the best Philly sports talk in all the land. Eagles with a pretty demonstrative victory today over the Giants. Giants are, let's get it out the way. Giants is trash. They're a bad team. They're not good. They're not good. They're not good. That being said, this was a game that we had to win, again, that we should have won, and we did win in definitive fashion. I got a lot I got to say about this game. Saquon actually had a good game. He did what he wanted to do, I'm sure. I know he probably wanted at least one more touchdown, and Jalen Hurts stole it from him. But that's neither here nor there. But I do know, yeah, he did want to put in work. He had over 100 rushing yards. What's up, Zig? He had over 100. I know he wanted to do that. He looked good doing it. He actually carried this offense for the bulk of the game. And I got a lot to say. I don't want to start off on a bad note, so I'm going to let y'all do your thing. I'll come back in later at some of the things that I picked up on. But I just got to say this. I'm not impressed with Jalen, man. He had a good game, but it's a lot. I might be getting off the Jalen Hurts bandwagon. Tim might be by himself. Man. So what's your thoughts?
Well, I was gonna give Tim a minute because I know you see he twitching in the seat. You ain't want to address that, Tim?
He got his camera. He got his mic on mute. He muted.
No, I mean, hey, listen, Jalen did what Ethan kind of mentioned this. He mentioned it in our when we was talking in our chat. The offense still, I don't know what it is. It don't make no sense. We still ain't scoring the first quarter. There's no way our offense should be this slow. And our offense has been slow for a while. Even when we were good, our offense wasn't starting off all that great. But like you said, we beat the team we supposed to, and it was a division team, so you know how those games could go a certain way. And looking at our schedule shouldn't be that tough coming up. It's going to be hard to get excited about games until we play certain teams. Like when we match up against Pittsburgh and Baltimore and Washington, those games are games that I'm looking for because that's going to be quality competition to see where we really at. But the defense was out there and getting sacks and moving around and everything, but again, it was the Giants, but hey, I'd rather have to win than lose.
They were. You can only play the team in front of you, right? So the Giants was the team in front of us. They did what they supposed to do. I can't. Listen, am I happy we won? Yeah, but to jump around and say the defense is now to this or I can't do that. They played Daniel Jones. They was after him. The Giants are a bad football team, but we did what we supposed to do, and we beat up on a bad football team. I do not like the slow starts. I don't like that. This is what I want the Eagles offense to look like, though. A running offense, a pound offense. I would like to see more play action. Do we throw any screens today? What is up with the screen game? The Saquon Barkley. The only time we tie the screen game is that RPO to Devontae Smith that, like Ephraim said, hasn't worked for 3 years. Why do we keep doing that play? I don't get it. Let's run a couple of screens to Saquon. Let's run a couple of tight end screens. I don't know if we did a screen to Saquon yet in these 6 games. Anybody seen one? Is it me? Did Saquon Barkley have any screens?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember none. I really don't.
I don't get that. I still don't like the way the offense operates. 4th and 3, touchdown. Was it a risky pass? But it's another one of those. He made the play, so you can't get mad. It was a beautiful pass by Jalen Hurts. I can't, and I don't want to seem like I'm nitpicking this team because they won. But I do want to see us score in the first quarter. I want to see those scripted plays work. But listen, a win is a win. A win's hard to get in the National Football League. We're 4-2. Are we tied with Washington right now with the leading the division? I know we had a bye. I don't think they did. But we looking good in the NFC East right now.
Tim, you have any thoughts?
You got any thoughts, or you going to unmute yourself?
The Commanders, Ethan. I got to get used to calling them the Commanders, too.
What I say?
You said watching the Redskins. I say it all the time.
I'm just going to watch it. I'm just going to watch
it. Right.
I want until Tim gets his situation together. My whole gripe. I talked about Jalen earlier, and when I said I might be off the Jalen Hurts bandwagon. Let me start off by saying this: Jalen played. He played well today. I told y'all before, and I still believe that Jalen has one of the best deep balls in the league. I still think he throws one of the most accurate downfield passes out of any quarterback in the league. I mean, last couple of weeks, the AJ's been proof of that. Oh, Tim trying to change his setup around. He dropped that thing in a bucket today. AJ did get away with a little bit of a push off, but Jalen threw the ball where he needed to put it right in the bucket, and it was a great pass for a touchdown. Now that being said, I can't keep unseeing what I see with Jalen Hurts. All right. He constantly misses easy passes all the time. He gets, for instance, it happened twice today. Saquan Barkley, easy touchdown pass. He could have threw that. Didn't throw that. He had Deshaun. He had what's his name? Smitty going across the middle, easy completion. Didn't throw it to him. I don't think Smitty had no catches today. Not when Jalen was in the game. So I don't know why you're not hitting Smitty. Smitty gets open. I don't know what's going on with that. Jalen also gets happy feet. He gets quick, happy feet in the pocket, and he looks to run way too early most of the time. Actually, if you notice that pass he threw to A.J. Brown for the touchdown, he actually hung in there and took a shot and threw it downfield, which was a great pass in the end zone. But all too often, he starts looking around, dancing. As soon as he feels perceived pressure that's not even there, he gets to moving his feet and gets to try to get out the pocket way too early. And a lot of times when he goes in the pocket, he goes the wrong way.
You know what though? To that point that you're making though, he does. But then I just don't know. He don't got that internal clock of when to run, because that's like even on the play he got lit up. That play that he got lit up at the goal, like when he went to run in, he held the ball forever back there. He could have been took off and ran, but I don't know. I guess he was trying to wait for somebody to go. And then we can.
I just want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
This is the second straight game where Jalen didn't throw an interception to have a turnover. So that's something that he had 9 straight games where he did have turnovers. So the fact that he's taking care of the ball much better from the last couple of games. We went up against the top 10 defense in the Giants. Say what you want about their offense, but they ranked top 10. They're a top 10 defense. They beat us the last time we did play them. I agree with a lot of what all three of y'all said as far as he missed some reads. He had a couple of good reads that he missed, especially with that read with Devontae. That was but we did end up scoring a touchdown on that play regardless. But that's something that he has to clean up. He has to get better with that. I do agree with you guys. As far as falling off the bandwagon, that's okay if you want. I'm not jumping. I'm good. I know this is the 6th game in this new offense. And so he has to come. He has to get it together. So he has to. It's improvement. He is taking steps. We are missing that tackle on the other. Fred, what's his name? Fred Johnson. I forget his name, but he gave up a big time sack today. That wasn't really Jalen's fault. The ball was just beating. But just to be able to take care of the ball, a lot of times we said that even if you're not helping us a lot, don't hurt us. He hurt us a couple times early in the year, but he didn't hurt us today. What he did was he allowed didn't turn the ball over. He ran with 2 touchdowns, passed for 1. So he did a lot of things, and I'm just proud of Saquon. Saquon went home and embarrassed his team. He embarrassed that general manager. He embarrassed their owner. He embarrassed their franchise. He went in there and he made them look like fools. He was they paid $140.
Oh, they do a good job of that themselves.
They paid Daniel Jones $140 million, and he's trash. And the fact that Saquon did what he did, because I guarantee you, if they had Saquon, they probably would have beat us today, truth be told. Because he's the reason.
Wasn't they a playoff team last year?
No, I don't think that. But the year before last, they played well.
It was the year before last?
They split with us last year.
So what? They wasn't a playoff team last year, the year before last?
I think the year before last, they might have squeaked in. But Daniel Jones had this nice. He had an okay season, and they paid him all this money. And now the Giants know that he's not a good quarterback. They keep calling him a one-read quarterback. His first read, if you don't get that player that first read, it's pretty much a sack. I mean, we was eating that defensive line ate like crazy today. Everybody got on. So I mean, I'm proud of
some people call Jalen a one-read quarterback. He just could run.
Jalen's not a wannabe quarterback,
and he has a lot of talent around him. Thank goodness for AJ Brown, because yeah,
you want talent around your quarterback. You do.
Thank goodness for AJ Brown, bro.
It's a good thing.
He makes Jalen look a lot better. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's
I
good.
don't think it's a coincidence the games that he played.
Guess what?
Actually had decent.
AJ Brown did not look as good as he did in Tennessee. All the numbers that he put, the record numbers he's putting up here, he didn't put up those numbers.
I hear you, but Jalen Hurts looked like complete trash before AJ got here.
No, he didn't.
But he looked like Tim Tebow.
Go look at AJ Brown's stats. Every statistical category that he had in Tennessee is way better. It's a lot better in Philadelphia. So it's
because he's on a good team.
It's a two-fold cord. They work together.
But my thing is, though, you have to Saquon Barkley different, man. Saquon Barkley is a special player. You have too much talent on offense to start slow, though. Too much talent. You have Saquon, you have AJ, you have Devontae, you have Hurts, you have Goddard, and you have Calcaterra. I like Calcaterra. He's kind of
a good line.
And a good O-line. You have too much talent to start slow and not score in the first quarter.
Consistently start slow.
Yes. This is the 6th game in a row they started slow because we didn't score in the first quarter all year yet. We're the only team in the league. But mind you, we are the only team in the league that hasn't scored in the first quarter yet. That is very concerning. Very concerning.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
Something has to give. I don't know. Right now, I don't know. We got to figure out, or the team has to figure out, is it the play calling or is it the players? Like, who is it? What's going on? What's the disconnect that we can't get going? Something got to give. I can't figure it out.
I'm not going as far as Wayne and saying Hurts was trash before AJ got here. No, Hurts is a little
bit exaggeration. I ain't saying trash is a complete.
Hurts is
but he's not a phenomenal top tier quarterback without him.
Hurts is a solid quarterback, but I am concerned. And I know, Tim, it's a new offense and all this, that, and the third, but I'm seeing you miss open reads way too much. I'm seeing you get happy feet and run out the pocket early way too much. Like I'm tired of seeing it. At a certain point, I'm like, yo, and I'm not talking about you trying to throw a difficult pass downfield and over a couple of defenders and you happen to, somebody tips it or you overthrew it or underthrew it a little bit. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about easy reads right in your face that you're not even throwing to. You're not even looking to throw to him. That 4th and 3 that he threw to AJ Brown, great play, should never happen. At least on that drive, it should never been a 4th and 3. Smitty was a wide open, easy play, and that was a clear out route. Like the route he ran was the play. So it's like, and this is just happened. Saquon, easy, right there, end zone, dump off, touchdown. No, you don't throw it. You hold it and had to throw it. He got sacked. He had to throw it away or something. This has happened. It's not just this game. It's not. It's this game after game after game. I'm seeing it. Can he get better with it? I believe he can. Is he going to? I'm concerned. I'm legitimately concerned as to whether or not he's going to get better with these passes, bro. It's starting to get irritating. And this is why you don't score in the first quarter because of stuff like that. Those are the passes that stifle drives. And the crazy part about it is he wasn't getting blitzed that much. I can't imagine what would have happened if they really dialed up the blitz like that. The one time they did really blitz him, he kind of got away and broke off the run, fortunately, because the dude couldn't tackle, and he broke off for a long run, but they wasn't really bringing the heat like that. So I'm concerned when they start bringing the heat, he's not seeing these dudes break open, then what's going to happen. So, listen, I'm not – we got a great victory. I hate to be what they say about Phillies fans with Mike Schmidt say the only team that you win and you get to hear about it, how bad you was the next day. I don't want to be like that, but I'm just seeing some things that I can't unsee, and this is week after week. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Listen, all I'm saying is go to Jalen, go to Saquon Barkley. Please keep feeding this man the football. 17 carries, but what do you have? 17 carries?
177.
10 yards a carry?
That's crazy. That's impressive.
He should have had 2 or 3 touchdowns. He should have had 2 or 3 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts needs to share them touchdowns a little bit. I know he the legal Eagle rushed it. He just beat what's the bull? Shady as far as rushing touchdowns, which is crazy. He's tied with Shady or beat Shady by 1 as far as rushing touchdowns and
what per game for
Eagles history.
Who did what now?
Jalen Hurts just passed.
Oh, Jalen. I'm thinking Saquon. I'm thinking saying okay.
Jalen Hurts passed Shady for rushing. Jalen Hurts, Saquon ain't going to get that with Jalen Hurts.
The tush push is an amazing thing. You just
line up and you let your running back run all the way down the field.
You let your running backs run all the way down the field, and sometimes running back you mean quarterback. Run all the way down the field. And then
if I'm a running back, I would be annoyed by that sometimes. I'm just being real. If I'm a running back and I got you down to the 1, and all of a sudden here come the tush push, yeah, we scored, but all that on my back, and I can't get in. I can't get no love.
Or you get all the way down there and the ball don't swing the ball to you when you wide open.
Yeah, that would irritate me a little bit. It would irritate me.
That was an easy touchdown. That was
easy. They come right around and call to the sideline. Come on, line up for the tush push. Then they brought Saquon in there just to push him in at the end.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did because they knew Saquon was going to put that 600-pound squat on the back of Jalen Hurts' back and push him into the end zone. I mean, like I said, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. It was a very good, and it should have been a convincing win. The game was over by the third quarter. Jalen Hurts was sitting by the beginning of the fourth quarter. Danny Dimes was out of the game by the beginning of the fourth quarter. The game was over. It was a convincing win the way it should have been. I'm just, I don't know. It's just too much week after week with me with Jalen missing some of these passes. I mean, it was 10 for 14, like 10 for 14 or something like that, 100 and something yards. So I'm not overly mad, but it could have. This is just stuff I'm saying. This is a recurring problem I'm seeing from Jalen Hurts that I'm not liking. Saquon is a monster too, by the way. Saquon, I mean, he demoralized. I knew from that. I think it was one of the very first runs. It was our first drive when he ran over that ball 24. He didn't go out of bounds, and he ran over their cornerback. I said, "Oh, it's going to be a long day for Giants defenders, bro." He's not trying to go out of bounds. He's trying to inflict pain upon whoever comes in contact with him, and it wasn't about the players. It was about the general manager, the ownership. It wasn't about but the only person that could actually catch it was the people on field, and they caught it. He gave it to him, bro. Saquon was on one today. Danny Dimes is not worth the plug nickel. Yeah,
I guess the reason why, and listen, it's not hate to say that a receiver makes a quarterback that much better. But I've seen Donovan McNabb play with trash receivers and still was putting up big passing yards, sometimes even too much. It was too much passing. But without AJ, Jalen Hurts has almost 5,000 yards passing, 24 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions with a quarterback rating of 85. So I'm just saying, when you have a receiver, a top tier receiver, that when all else fails, you could put that thing up there and let him go grab it. It makes a world of difference for a quarterback.
I mean, but it's both. I think, like Tim said, I do agree with Tim. AJ wasn't putting up the numbers until he got a quarterback that could actually drop it in the bucket. Listen, I still say, as much as I'm hating on Hurts today, I like Hurts. I still think he has the best deep, accurate ball in football. He threw that
thing to the bull we got from Washington. He threw that thing like 5 yards short.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're going to have him here and there, but I'm talking about on a consistent basis, in my opinion. Hurts is the most accurate downfield thrower of football. He drops it in the bucket. He's been doing it all year so far. For the most part, when he goes deep, it's not an errant pass. I see a lot of quarterbacks throw a lot of deep balls, and they all over the place.
Yeah, he knows how to put air under the ball to go get it.
Yeah, he puts it for the most part to make it a very easy, catchable football. And that's what happened today. That's what happened, last week to AJ. That's what's been happening for the most part, especially when he has AJ in the lineup. I think he trusts AJ to create that little bit of separation that you need to go get the ball.
I think he trusted some of them other ones too, and that was the problem. Like he was trying to trust Devontae throwing that. That's how he got a pick. Like some of them interceptions was
some of them before. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I can agree with that.
Remember that pick in the end zone was to AJ. But
the other one, yeah, they threw across his body. Yeah, that was AJ Brown. What y'all think about the young boy? What's his name? 33, Cooper DeJean. What y'all think about Coop? His second game starting. How y'all think he played?
He played well. He had a nice punt return.
He did.
I'm not again.
It's
you
the
play
Giants.
who's in front of you. Who you play who's in front of you, right? the talent level on offense on that team. Now the Neighbors, I like him. He could play.
Neighbors is nice. I like Neighbors.
The talent level overall it just ain't there, man. It just ain't there. But I like Cooper. I like how he's looking so far. Actually, Dean looked good. Somebody just said that too. Didn't N'Kobe Dean? He was balling.
But he's been solid all season, though. Even when the defense wasn't playing all that great, he's had some pretty good games. I thought he started the season off pretty good. So, I mean, but again, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to really judge it because when you're looking at who we playing, we played Cleveland last week, we played them this week. It's like it looks better, but it's like how much of that improvement is our team got better or the competition got worse?
No, that's true. You got to grade it slightly on the curve. I mean, I guess you can only go by what they did today. We got a ton of sacks. At one point, we had 7. Did we end with 7 or did we get more than that? Did we get 8?
I don't know. That's crazy considering we only had like 12 coming in.
Yeah. So we boosted our sack numbers like crazy this game. Sweat got into action. Dean got into action. The young boy Smith Jr. The
end. I like
him. Yeah. He was looking pretty good today. He looking pretty good. So 8 sacks. Marley said it was 8 sacks. So that's a good thing. I mean, that's to a bad team again. To a bad team, this is what you're supposed to do. If you didn't do this, then we really concerned. So it was a rout. Defense feasted. Saquon feasted. AJ feasted. I wish you'd have got Smitty. And I'm probably a little mad because Smitty on my fantasy team and he ain't really getting no points. So that's another thing that kind of irritated me when I seen him running wide open across the middle. But all in all, I mean, you did what you were supposed to do. Victory, we 4-2. I guess if Washington wins, they'll be 4-2 today too. So I think
they'll be 5-2 if they win. They 4-2 now.
They 4-2. Okay, they ain't get their bye week yet. All right. So right now we tied for the division leader. Washington wins. They take it. They play Carolina today, so that should be in the bag for them.
Yeah, that young boy. First drive.
Washington scored their first drive.
Yeah.
How many times Eagles scored their first drive?
They had a pick 6. Did they score their first drive too?
Oh, it was a pick 6. Oh, I just saw that they was up 7-0. I thought it was the first drive. Never mind.
Okay. All right. Okay. But I mean, that young boy gonna be a monster. We'll see him. When do we see Washington? By the way, the Commander.
In a couple weeks.
Yeah, okay. We actually play Cincinnati. Our corners will be tested against Jamar Chase and a quarterback. We play Cincinnati next week.
Our defense gonna be tested too because Cincinnati puts numbers up. They just give a lot of numbers up as well.
Yeah, that's what I said. So we're gonna see what Cooper's about. We're gonna see what Quinyon Mitchell is about. So we're gonna see.
Yeah.
Then we play the Jaguars, Cowboys, and Commanders.
Okay. All right. I mean, we got a favorable schedule to make some noise for real. We got a favorable schedule. So, we can only go by who we play, like you said, week to week. Hopefully Jalen makes some of them improvements. I mean, like I said, some of these dudes, we in week 7 now. Going to week 7. Played 6 games. Some of these dudes and these reads he's missing to me, a quarterback that's been in his fourth year starting. You got to start hitting some of them because it's inexcusable at a certain point to me for consistently to be happening.
But Tim did kind of make a valid point, except for it's hard to give him that because Tim always making excuses for Jalen. But it is a new system, and it does seem like they always switch the system up. But is that because Jalen can't run certain types of systems?
But what does the system have to do with a wide receiver running wide open across the middle in your face?
Yeah, because being comfortable with what the reads are. Like sometimes if a guy's not comfortable,
that was the read,
huh?
Wasn't that?
If you may have a progression. Like
that was the read.
That was the read. Oh, that was the read. That first slant was the first read.
See, this is what and I told y'all this before. Jalen Hurts' scouting report was Jalen Hurts wants to go for the harder pass. Scouting report was he turns down the easier throws to go for the harder throws. And you see that with him time and time again. He'd rather go deep than throw Smitty slant across the middle. He don't, for some reason, the way he's wired, he'd rather go for the harder play. He'd rather make stuff more harder on himself.
That makes sense.
Some people
seeing that, okay, that's excusable for the Smitty pass. All right, because Not for one, they said, and you could see that the dudes who ran the route to the right side of the field were clear out routes to get Smitty open, and it worked. So he's wide open. Still don't know why you don't throw it, but okay. What's the excuse for the Saquon Barkley job? Like maybe the angle. Maybe I gotta look at it again. Maybe the angle didn't look to him as it looked to us. Maybe the DN came out further. You know how the DN might block your field of view. Maybe he came out a little further coming around the end than expected, and he hesitated. And then once he looked back, it was over.
You talking about on the swing pass where Saquon could have scored? He never looked out there. To me, it looked like he never looked out there. When they showed the replay, it looked like he was looking dead up the field like that. Never read it. And it looked like from jump, he was open from jump. Like as soon as they hiked it, I think everybody. I was surprised he was that open because I just swore that they was going to go to him. What happened?
Yeah, I did. They saying Jaden Daniels might have got hurt.
What?
Anybody know what happened to Deshaun Watson? What happened? He said he got
like an Achilles.
Really? With a non-contact zone?
Yeah, non-contact.
Wow. Wow. He getting carted off probably. So I heard he was crying. That's a shame. I was rooting for him this year, but we got to move on. Yeah, and Ziggy, that's what I'm saying. That Barkley non-pass, it was unacceptable. Like I see this a lot with some of the stuff Jalen doing. It's just irritating. It's starting to. It's like Chinese water torture. It's like when it first start, it's like, all right, okay, I can excuse it. After seeing it 8-9 times, after that water dripped on you for 8 hours, you losing your mind. This is almost how I am with Jalen a little bit. After I'm seeing it over and over again, it's starting to annoy me to a point where I cannot defend it no more. That's where I'm at with Jalen, with them easy passes that I just see him miss week after week after week. These is easy, wide open reads, and I'm just befuddled as to why he's not hitting them. Especially with Smitty a lot coming across the middle. That happens to Smitty a lot coming across the middle on some of them passes. I don't get it. I don't get it. But that's just my take. That is my take on it.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta look at the Bengals. Because the Bengals, didn't the Bengals start off like 0 for 3 or something like that? Some kind of horrible start.
Yeah,
they start off like 0 2, 0 for 3. They lost
but they 3-4 now.
So. They turned it around. They won the day.
I mean, they beat the Browns, they beat the Giants. Yeah, they lost to the Ravens. They ain't really beat nobody. They beat all the bum teams. You know what I'm saying? So
they beat the teams they're supposed to beat to and lose the teams they're supposed to lose to.
Yeah.
Like,
so I don't know. It's Tampa. Should we be a team that they supposed to beat or supposed to lose to? I
don't know.
It's Tampa. No. Eagles. I mean, on paper, we're supposed to be one of the best teams in the league. We're supposed to be one of the most explosive offenses in the game. So this is.
So was the Bengals coming in? They were supposed to be too.
Bengals don't got Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, and Smitty and Goddard, or at least Castillo. What's his name? Casablanca. We got weapons and one of the best offensive lines in the game. I know we got some injuries here or there, but Bengals didn't have that. Didn't have that.
Don't use that argument when you be talking about how trash Joe Burrow is compared to Jalen Hurts. You always talk. You don't ever talk about all the weapons that Jalen got over Burrow, but you know.
To be told, I don't hate on Burrow as much as I hate on Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is mid-level. Ethan thinks he's better than what he is. I think him and Jalen and me is in the same boat. I think Josh Allen.
I don't think he's great. I just think he's a little better than Jalen Hurts. I think if you put Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts together, and if they're the same, the tools that Josh Allen has makes him better, right or wrong.
Well, we gonna see. Didn't he just pick up?
No, I can't because I think Jalen's a stronger quarterback. I think he's a better runner of the football. He obviously got more touchdowns. You can't.
I don't think he's a better runner.
Can you do the brotherly shove? Can you do brotherly shove with Josh Allen?
I don't know. You put the Eagles offensive line in front of him.
I'm sorry.
Put the Eagles offensive line in front of him. We'll see.
So we got a different center, and he's still doing a brotherly shove.
Mm-hmm.
He's still getting it done. So I mean, I think Jalen's stronger. I think he's harder to bring down than Josh Allen's a big boy. Don't get me wrong, but Jalen is solid muscle. I think Josh Allen. Only thing Josh Allen, in my opinion, has over Jalen is a better arm. He's a stronger arm. I don't think he's more accurate. I don't think his downfield throwing is better. I don't think he reads defenses better. I see Josh Allen all the time, and all he does is dink and dunk. That's all he is, a dink and dunk quarterback. That's it. I watch him throw all the time. We play, and while we watch the game, I comment on almost every throw he makes, and he barely makes a throw over 10 yards. Very rarely.
He didn't even have. Now he actually has a wide receiver.
Okay, we'll see. I mean that maybe that's why the
fact,
Bulls want to lose.
What did he do today with his new wide receiver? He had a new wide receiver today.
What did Cooper do? I didn't get a chance to watch the game because they playing the same time as the Eagles. So I don't know what happened. I know he put up more points. They scored 27 points, I think. But I don't know.
34 to be exact.
34? Okay, we'll score another touchdown on top of that.
Allen threw for 323 yards, 9.8 yards a pass, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 116 quarterback rating.
Who are they playing against?
Tennessee.
Oh,
I guess he
did. Tennessee record?
I guess he didn't.
Ain't Tennessee one of the worst teams? Ain't Tennessee one of the worst teams? So they came in 1-4. They're one of the worst teams in football. Okay.
Yes.
Pretty much like the same as Giants, right?
Okay. Giants had the best defense in the league coming in the game, didn't they?
It don't matter. You just asked what the
I'm just saying, did Tennessee have that? I'm just telling you, Tennessee makes the Giants look like Super Bowl contenders.
I don't know if Giants had this, but that's just what Tim said. I don't know.
Tennessee makes the Giants look like Super Bowl contenders. They're that bad. I'm just telling you from what I watched Josh Allen. I don't know what he did today. Josh Allen is a dink and dunk quarterback. I'm telling you now.
For the record, with AJ Brown, the Eagles score 28 points a game, and when he doesn't play, they average about 15 a game. Jalen Hurts with the Eagles.
Okay, I mean, I got to fact check that because sometimes your stats be a little janky.
I'm just looking at it. That's what it said when I just Google searched it.
Okay. Sometimes your stats be a little wonky, so maybe you gotta, double and triple fact check that.
That's like yours talking about the Giants as a Super Bowl contender compared to Tennessee.
They are. I got a homie who's a Titans fan. They trash. They started quarterback didn't even play. Levis is going to have some other bull. Nobody even know his name. You didn't even know their original starting quarterback name. And you don't know their backup, and he wasn't even started.
I wouldn't know who Daniel Jones was if he ain't playing in the division and beat the Eagles a couple times.
More people know who Danny Dimes is because he got a $140 million contract over who's the starting for Tennessee. Nobody knows who's the starting for Tennessee unless you're a Tennessee fan.
Hold on. The top defenses through week 6. You know who's ranked number 1?
Who?
The Titans.
He already knew it was coming. He left.
The Titans are ranked number 1.
And Buffalo dropped 34 on their head.
The Titans. Hold on. Is this the Titans?
Hold up. Please let that be right.
Giants are number 10.
Please let that be true. You sure that ain't last season or something?
No, it's the date is October 19th. The date is October 19th, 2024. Each NFL rankings across multiple defensive categories through week 6.
That's crazy.
The Titans are ranked number 1. Defensive yards allowed.
Did you hear that tidbit? Did you hear that?
I missed that. What you say now?
Please go. Yeah, there you go. Shh. Go ahead. Tell them what you just.
I already said something. The Titans being number 1. Number 1. Leave my phone. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What you say now?
It makes sense. The Titans are number 1.
He said the Titans number 1, the Giants number 10.
Let me see. His defense.
2024 NFL defense.
Hold up. Top 5 defense NFL. See, I'm getting different here. I'm getting Chargers, Steelers, Broncos, Vikings. As regards points allowed per game.
So what you going by? Points? Well, depending on what you're going by. Points overall.
What's yards allowed per game?
So points allowed per game is Chargers, Steelers, Broncos, Vikings. They're the best team defenses in the league so far.
And Giants not up there.
Okay, hold up.
Defensive yards allowed per game, Titans is number 1.
And considering how trash their offense is, that's pretty good.
Well, that you got to take in consideration is, see, this you got to remember about defensive yards per game. Think about it, though. If your offense ain't moving the ball, the offense on the other team don't have that many yards to go because they're 11th in points allowed. So not even in the top 10 in points allowed. So the team don't have – if you got a punt from your own 20 and it's landed at the 40, the other offense don't have that many yards to go. So you're not going to get that many offensive yards.
So is that the Giants? That's why the Giants was the top defense?
Possibly. I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying they're 11th in TDs allowed, so it's not like their defense is stifling people. They're so not points allowed. Where they're at in points allowed.
I just so on defensive yards allowed per game, they're number one, right?
Because their offense is trash. That works to their advantage.
So is the Giants.
Oh, that works to their advantage. Okay, I'll give you that. I'm not caping for the Giants defense.
All that to say is not that big of a drastic difference between the two defenses. The Giants just get a lot of sacks.
Okay, they scored 34. We scored 28. Josh Allen had a better passing game. Now I can say that he had a better passing day.
Oh,
if it was a Saquon, we probably had 10 points. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. But
imagine if Saquon wasn't running the ball and killing the clock, man.
I mean,
change the subject. Did y'all see the video I put on Kate when Kevin Garnett said about Embiid? Y'all agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of that. So, but but I don't like Kevin Garnett trying to do. He instantly says, "Don't compare nobody from this generation to the old school generation."
I didn't like that either.
Like, what do B got to do with Kevin Durant? Obviously, Steph Curry, LeBron James, all these other great players. What does Embiid have to do with them? If Embiid don't want to play these back-to-backs, all right, cool. I really don't. I see what he's saying, why he's frustrated with that. But don't group them everybody together. That's what I don't. At least his try pick any opportunity to group everybody and say they all.
Kevin Garnett is one of the most overhyped dudes. This dude kills me because when he was over there in Minnesota and wasn't doing nothing, getting thumped in the first round by Tim Duncan and everything else when he was missing. First of all, his stats ain't even all astronomical like that. But then he was getting thumped. Then he came and got on Boston, had this great team that they built up and won one title. But he talks like he's one of the greatest of all. Let
me ask you, was he wrong?
I don't know. I don't know what it was he said. I didn't see it.
All right, Kevin Garnett is upset that Joel Embiid is not playing no more backs-to-backs. He said you get paid to play 82 games. For you not playing back-to-backs ever is a disgrace.
Do you get paid to play 82 games, or you get paid?
You get paid to play 82 games. Or you get paid,
what is the?
You get paid to play 82 games.
How? If the team telling them you don't have to play those games, then they're not paying them to play those games.
Team didn't tell him that. Him and his doctor came together and said that.
If the team is all right with them wanting to set him out and not playing them times, then that's what they're willing to pay him for.
Who do you think is better, Kevin Garnett or Joel Embiid? And not that this necessarily matters in the argument, but you brought it up because you was trying to throw shade on Kevin Garnett. Who do you think is better?
Embiid's a better player than Garnett. I think Embiid's a better player.
I don't know about that.
You think Embiid's a better player than Kevin Garnett?
Yes.
I don't know about that. I don't know about it. He might be a scorer, but I don't. And truth be told, in the era where you could take more free throws, but I don't know. I don't think he's a better player than Kevin. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to go on record to say he's a better player.
You think Embiid's a better player than Kevin Garnett?
I think Garnett's a lot of hype.
No, Garnett was a baller.
No. I'm not saying he's trash and wasn't a baller, but I think that he's a lot that he hypes himself up and he hypes up a whole lot of stuff.
I can agree with that a little bit, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready. B hasn't done enough to pass Kevin Garnett, in my opinion. He hasn't done enough, especially in the playoffs.
I hear what you're saying, but Garnett wasn't doing nothing in the playoffs either until he went and joined up with the super team. He was getting thumped every year if he made the playoffs, and he had some decent players. He had some muted.
You know he was going against the Spurs, like some of the Kevin Garnett and his was going against dynasty,
all time great teams. Yeah. Lakers. He's going against Shaq, Lakers, Spurs. Phoenix had a great team a lot of them years. He went the
B was losing to Atlanta with who was on Atlanta? What?
Oh yeah, that was the worst. That was kind of like Brian losing to Miami. That was a team that they shouldn't have lost to. I agree.
Well, he got past it and won. So is B gonna get past it and win in his career?
We gonna see. That remains to be seen.
To come out and say I'm never playing back-to-backs means a trash. That's just, man. I understand. And looking at the Kawhi situation, Kawhi now has a degenerative knee or something like that, and his basketball future's up in the air. But it's like,
but see, how does that upset you when the main issue that we have with him is not being available for the playoffs? So now if he's saying, okay, I'm going to manage myself better now so that I am fully healthy and available to play in the playoffs, so I don't have to be on one knee playing against a New York in the playoffs. Now I could come and be fully healthy and play in the playoffs.
Because
How would that make you upset?
Because I don't want to hear you when you got to play back to backs in the playoffs every other day. Is he going to be ready for that?
You don't play
You
back.
can play every other day. You can play every other day.
Every other day is not a back to back, and it's also travel.
Still, are you going to be ready for that? Now you're going to be like, man, my dad.
I mean, but to Wayne's point, that's what he's saying. He wants to be ready for it. So if he's ready for it, if he goes into the playoffs healthy, I don't think you can knock the strategy.
He said he's not going to play back-to-back nights. You don't play back-to-back nights in the playoffs.
I think even if you did, I still think he's talking about the regular season. He's not playing back-to-back in the regular season. I don't think that would translate to the playoffs. He's trying to save himself for the playoffs. So I can't knock that. I definitely can't knock that. I can't knock that at all, especially if it works out to his advantage. He has been hurt almost every single year going to the playoffs, and that's our biggest knock on him. So if he can save himself to the regular season, to the postseason, and he's there and he's available and he's not banged up, I can't hate on that. I can't hate on that. I gotta view that honestly. And even.
I actually think it looks more of one of the things he get ripped for is being selfish and going to pad his stats and everything else. He's willing to take that where you can't get no MVPs with that. You probably if you don't play a certain amount of games, people going to be looking at certain things. He don't care. He wants to win. I think he's going out and trying to do all he can to win.
A well-seasoned gamer. I agree. Well-seasoned gamer. He played both. He played both center and power forward. I think he did play power forward.
I think he was mainly power forward though.
But Kevin played. He did. He could play. He played some center too. But
we'll see, man.
We'll see.
You can get hurt any night. You can get hurt.
I agree.
So.
But you can't argue against your own logic.
Joey, you get because go ahead.
You argue against your own logic. You're the same person who argued about Travis Hunter playing too many snaps in college and all that kind of stuff like that. You play too much, you're bound to get hurt. So you can't have it one way and not the other way.
I didn't think his playing too much was the reason why he got hurt. I told you I think he was too heavy. And he said
I'm talking about you on record. You was on record saying you don't think Travis Hunter for Colorado should be playing as much as you because you increase the chance regardless, playing is playing. Playing is playing. The more you play, the more chance you get injured. It is. I agree. I'm not watering down the contact and all that. But regardless of that, if you play more, the more you play, the more chance you got to get hurt. And wear your body down. That's the reality of the matter.
We'll see how it goes. It's going to be an interesting year.
Okay, all right. Let me run these numbers by you. Right, if we talk about now, I understand maybe it's because it's different eras and stuff, but looking up Embiid career numbers versus Kevin Garnett. Regular season, Embiid averages 27.9 versus Kevin Garnett 17.8. Rebounds, Embiid 11.2, Garnett 10. Assists,
you gotta take it back, but what you doing? I hear what you're about to do.
You talking about down the back end of his career.
Yeah. You played a lot of games.
Okay, that's still 10 points is a big difference. 10 points is a big difference in points per game, though. But
if you take where Garnett, how many years Embiid been in the league now?
Okay, hold up. Best season.
Okay,
Embiid scored 34.7 points per game to Kevin Garnett's 24.2.
Mm-hmm.
Rebounds per game. Best season, Embiid 13.6, Kevin Garnett 13.9. Assists, Embiid 5.6, Garnett 6. Steals, Embiid 1.2, Garnett 1.7. And blocks, Embiid 2.5, Garnett 2.2. So, even at their best career, their best years, Embiid still slightly better than them.
Embiid not slightly better.
He was only slightly better in scoring. I think Garnett had better rebounds. Garnett had better assists. Garnett had better. Garnett
had better in the best year. Garnett was 0.3 better in rebounds.
Okay.
As opposed to Embiid being 10 points better in scoring. So I get what you're saying because I do understand what you're saying.
The way Garnett, first of all, the way Garnett played, Garnett was never really the primary scorer on the teams he was on.
He should have been in Minnesota. Maybe they would have won more. Maybe they would have won more if he was. So he was counting on the point guard to be the highest scorer. Maybe he should have been the top scorer. Maybe they would have won more.
Maybe B should do that. Maybe we win more.
B just scored 30 points a game.
What did we win? What did we win with B being the top scorer?
You the one that just said maybe B should score.
Because you screaming. Hold on. You screaming if Garnett would have won more, if Garnett would have scored more, they would have won more. Now you have B who scores more. What did we win?
Okay, so maybe Embiid scored less and he let his other teammates score more. But all I'm saying is
then maybe we win.
Then you making you, but okay, then put 2 other Hall of Famers on there with Embiid and see what happens. Like they did for Garnett.
I don't Embiid didn't even get out the second round, and we comparing him to Kevin Garnett.
Was Garnett getting out of the second round before you joined Boston?
Garnett got a ring now. He got a ring. So we gotta wait till B get more accolades before we can do this.
He's not better than Garnett
right now. Stop with this crazy talk.
How many years was it?
You're prisoners of the moment.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at it objectively. Garnett was not a better player than Embiid.
I don't agree with that.
I'll even give you playoff stats. You want playoff stats?
I don't care about stats. I know what I've seen.
Playoffs, Embiid averages 24.9. Garnett averages 18. Playoff, Embiid's averages 10.9 rebounds. Garnett 10.7. Assists, Embiid 3, Garnett 3. Steals, Garnett is up. Embiid is up in blocks. So, we got to get enough.
Again, you looking at the down end of Garnett's career.
On the down end of his career, he wasn't getting in the playoffs. When he was with the Nets, when he got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, what playoffs was they sniffing?
I don't know. And he went to the team, played for the Nets, and he went back, played for the Timberwolves, and back ended his career with the Celtics.
I'm not saying that
right now.
Great
Garnett is a better player.
Type Jones, but Kevin Garnett, to me, I think Kevin Garnett is a little bit overhyped, and right now Embiid is too until he won.
I don't think Kevin Garnett is overhyped. I think they run with that one ring a lot. I don't think he's overhyped. I think they take that one ring and they parade it everywhere, but I don't think he's overhyped. And back
he
then,
lost
the league
to the team with only Kobe. With Kobe and who was the big man Kobe had on that team? Not Gasol, the other big softball. That team with Kobe and them beat them in the second year. I don't know.
He had Gasol, didn't he?
Huh? He had Gasol.
Yeah. And he had the ball that the Sixers traded for that never played for us. What's the
center? Bynum. Mm-hmm. Bynum, Gordon, Gasol. Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I just think Kevin Garnett be overhyped sometimes. I liked him as a player and everything, but I just think he was overhyped.
I don't know. I think you feel in a certain way about because he hating on B. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly, man. But Embiid was supposed to just get Tobias was going to carry the scoring load. Embiid wasn't going. I mean, we've seen games where they tried to step back and let Maxey carry it, and Maxey carried like 1 or 2 games, and then when the defense started focusing on him, he couldn't get it as much anymore. But I do think we're going to see a different Maxey this year. I think Maxey's taking that next step in his evolution this year.
We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see how. I think when that happened, I actually opened it up for Embiid.
Oh, I agree. I agree. This whole thing should open up for him. You should get more of Embiid what most people want, which is him doing less scoring wise, which opens up him to be more of a force defensively and rebounding. But you'll have the people that can score around him, and he don't need to.
Hopefully, they're gonna get more opportunity too with him playing like 50 games this year.
I agree with that list, man. All them better than Garnett. Don't forget to put Barkley on that list too. Barkley, Karl Malone. There's a whole bunch of power forwards that's up there with Garnett.
C-Web and She are not better than.
She is. C-Web.
I like C-Web too. That was my man at Michigan too. With the I like C-Web, but we'll see.
Hey, we'll see. All right.
Good game. Saquon gets the game ball. Saquon Barkley definitely get the game ball. And the D-line. Defense played lights out against that garbage Giants team.
Next week. But the offensive line balled out too, because when the other guy, who else? What didn't Gainwell have a decent?
He got. What's name?
It was decent, but it wasn't like Saquon. Saquon averaged 10 yards a carry. That was crazy.
What's name got sacked like 4 or 5 times too, though. Hurts.
Yeah, but how much was that him holding on to the ball and not making the right passes?
Yeah, but that You know that at the end of the day, don't that falls on the O line?
Yeah,
O line,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, the O line. Yeah. Nah, you're right. It gotta be D line and Saquon.
All right. Well, I
All
don't
right.
know when I don't know when the Sixers first game. When they first game?
It should be soon, shouldn't it? Is it next week? I'll tell you in a second. I'm ready for basketball. Listen, I gotta be honest. Football is kind of disappointing to me. I think football, the quality of football is going down. It's too much of the refs and stuff getting this stuff, and I think a lot of it has to do with gambling and fantasy football. I think the football is getting close to being on that WWF professional wrestling type thing with me looking a little fixed. I ain't gonna hold you.
I think the flags is getting out of hand, man. Yo, we ain't talk about this though. What you think is Bryce? Real quick, Bryce Huff looking better? Is he coming around?
The first game is this week, the 23rd. We play the Bucks Wednesday.
Oh, I'll see y'all then. Mm-hmm. Bryce Huff, he look like he coming around. I gotta talk about him later. I gotta see if he continues. But now I see him. He has his hand in the ground. Before he used to be lined up like a linebacker, and I don't think that suited his style. But we'll see.
I mean, coming around, just like from this game or the last?
As far as how he's playing better.
I gotta focus in on. I forgot about him. After the disappointing start, I just wasn't even looking that way to even analyze him anymore. I started focusing more on the secondary and stuff like that and see how they was playing.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean got everybody starstruck.
I like some of them, like the Bull Ringo, and a couple of the young D-backs I like.
Young boys playing. They playing nice. All right. Well.
All right. So I guess we gonna see y'all Wednesday.
Yeah.
The opener of the season.
Is over.
The NBA. Yep.
All right, y'all. Like, share all that good stuff.
Subscribe, all that. Yeah, I mean. And we'll catch
y'all
Wednesday.
Started the Sixers season. I don't know if Maxey playing. We'll see who plays.
Yeah, how about that? We gotta.
Because I don't even think the rookie playing. He's still out from the fall he took.
Oh yeah, he broke his back, spinal.
All right, holla at y'all.
All right.